Making headlines, the Chinese ambassador to the Maldives affirms China's readiness to assist and cooperate with the Maldives in all key areas. The Vice President holds a meeting at the President's office with members of the Dandu Council to discuss and address the island's developmental priorities. And the Transport Minister outlines the government's ambitious objectives to revolutionize the aviation industry and maximize tourism promotion efforts.
Welcome to the English News. I'm your host Malak Ahmad Fayaz. Now for the news in detail. The ambassador of China to the Maldives, Wang Lijin, affirms China's readiness to assist and cooperate with the Maldives in all key areas. The commitment was shared during a discussion held with President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu at the President's office.
During the meeting, President Dr. Muizzu and Ambassador Lijin exchanged views on the issues discussed during the President's first official visit to China. They focused on measures to implement and accelerate the initiatives outlined in the bilateral agreements between the two nations. Ambassador Lijin inquired about the areas of greatest priority for the Maldives at present and reiterated the Chinese government's commitment to assist in these areas. She emphasized the strong bilateral ties and highlighted the patriotism exhibited by President Dr. Muizzu. The discussions also included strategies to promote the Maldivian tourism industry, a critical sector of the nation's economy. The meeting concluded with Ambassador Lijin affirming to ensure the strengthening of the long-lasting bilateral ties between China and the Maldives. The meeting was attended by the Minister of Foreign Affairs Musa Zamir and other high-profile dignitaries from the Chinese embassy in the Maldives. The foreign policy of the current Maldivian government emphasizes collaboration with all nations to advance the Maldives at a balanced and rapid pace.
Vice President Hussein Mohammad Latif holds a meeting at the President's office with members of the Dandu Island Council to discuss and address the island's pressing developmental priorities.
Key issues raised during the meeting included the urgent need for essential services in the newly reclaimed area, streamlining the process for constructing homes on allocated plots, accelerating ongoing development projects, and exploring options to resume stalled initiatives. Council members also emphasized the importance of enhancing healthcare and education resources alongside broader economic and social development initiatives. In his address to the Council, Vice President reaffirmed President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu's unwavering commitment to tackling the country's financial challenges. He stressed that the administration rigorously oversees all developmental endeavors to ensure efficient management and alignment with the President's comprehensive developmental agenda. The Vice President encouraged a proactive approach among Council members towards island's development and assured them of the government's responsiveness to their concern. He pledged that issues discussed would be promptly addressed through appropriate government channels, underscoring the administration's dedication to fostering sustainable growth and improving quality of life across the Maldives.
Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Mohammad Amin outlines the government's ambitious objectives to revolutionize the aviation industry and maximize tourism promotion efforts. He unveiled these goals during a special event hosted at Sheraton Maldives Full Moon Resort and Spa to welcome distinguished guests attending the esteemed Air Service World Congress 2024.
The Air Service World Congress serves as a prominent platform for global representatives from the route development community to discuss the future of air service expansion worldwide. Organized annually by Global Travel Investment, this year's Congress is scheduled from July 9th to July 11th in Kurumba, Maldives, with participation from 150 representatives, including key figures from international and local airlines. In his address at the event, Minister Amin emphasized the pivotal role of such global gatherings in fostering economic growth and enhancing tourism prospects. He expressed confidence that the Congress will not only benefit the Maldives but also contribute significantly to the tourism sectors of participating countries. Minister Amin highlighted ongoing efforts to bolster the aviation industry, underscoring its direct correlation with tourism sector growth. The Congress activities are spread across 3 designated resorts. Sheraton Maldives Full Moon Resort and Spa hosted the welcoming event, Sai Lagoon Maldives in Crossroads will host a special networking event, and Kurumba Maldives will be the venue for both the inaugural and closing ceremonies of the Congress.
The Air Service World Congress officially commences with several international dignitaries of the aviation industry. The annual forum is scheduled to be held from July 9th to 11th in Kurumba, Maldives.
3 resorts have been designated to host various activities of the significant Congress. As such, a special event was held in Sheraton Maldives Full Moon Resort and Spa on July 9 to welcome the representatives taking part in the Congress. A total of 150 representatives from 27 airlines and 17 airports, including local airlines, are participating in this grand event. During the event, the Managing Director of Maldives Airports Company Limited MSCL Ibrahim Sharif Mohammed shed light on the crucial importance of holding global meetings and conferences. The Managing Director noted that holding such events can strengthen relations between the representatives while providing a significant opportunity to enhance the aviation industry at an international level. He additionally provided insight on the ongoing developmental projects of developing Velana International Airport. Speaking at the event, the chairman of Global Travel Investment, Mike Howard, stated that Maldives is a beautiful destination, expressing confidence that the nation will experience a boost in the tourism sector. A special network event is set to be held at the Sai Lagoon Maldives in Crossroads. Meanwhile, the inaugural ceremony and the closing ceremony will be held at Kurumba, Maldives. The Air Service World Congress will provide information on the growing aviation industry of the Maldives from other nations partaking in this prestigious event. This will enhance several opportunities for the government and private enterprises to further advance the industry. VIA was announced as the official host of the event following the successful conclusion of the Air Service World Congress 2023 in Oakland, San Francisco Bay Area. Since its inception in 2010, the Congress has been held in several countries, including the United States, the United Kingdom, and Dubai.
Minister of Economic Development and Trade Mohammed Said participates in a significant meeting organized by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, a prominent association representing American business interests. This gathering included key representatives from the American corporate sector and aimed to foster bilateral economic relations between the Maldives and the United States U.S. Minister Said, currently on an official visit to the U.S., has been engaged in discussions to strengthen trade and investment ties between the 2 nations. During these talks, he has highlighted the Maldives' business opportunities and outlined plans to address issues related to PayPal usage within the country. Currently, Maldivian citizens can use PayPal for outbound money transfers only, and Minister Said aims to enable inbound fund receipts through PayPal as well. Moreover, Minister Said underscored President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu's commitment to advance in financial transactions through online payment systems and e-wallets. Despite the Maldives' small market size, they acknowledged the rapid adoption of various e-wallet platforms in the country. To enhance efficiency and accessibility, Minister Said proposed exploring the feasibility of introducing unified e-wallet services that could potentially extend across neighboring countries. Minister of Fisheries and Ocean Resources Ahmad Shyam seeks legal advice from the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO of the United Nations to draft a specialized law aimed at protecting and sustainably utilizing maritime resources.
During his visit to Italy for the 36th session of the UN FAO Committee on Fisheries, COFI 36, Minister Shyam met with FAO Assistant Director General Manuel Berengue. In their discussions, Minister Shyam highlighted efforts to extend the lifespan of the first anchored fish aggregating devices, FADs, developed 40 years ago with FAO's assistance. They also explored collaboration in mariculture with plans for a significant project in this field scheduled for implementation this year. Minister Shyam specifically sought FAO's legal expertise in formulating legislation to safeguard and harness marine resources. He underscored FAO's pivotal role in the Indian Ocean Tuna Commission (IOTC) and proposed joint initiatives for the management of migratory marine resources. During the meeting, FAO commended the Maldives for its contribution to Indian Ocean fisheries and expressed keen interest in future collaborations. The agency also affirmed its readiness to provide technical support for the implementation of biodiversity beyond national jurisdiction through Global Environment Facility. In addition to his engagements with FAO, Minister Sciam met with Gianmarco Centinaio, Vice President of the Italian Senate. He underscored the robust diplomatic and trade ties between the Maldives and Italy, particularly in tourism. The minister presented information on investment prospects in the fisheries sector, including opportunities in sport fishing marinas, mariculture, and the diversification of fisheries and ocean resources. He also highlighted ongoing efforts to reduce tariffs on Maldivian fisheries products entering the European Union. Minister Sciam's visit to Italy spans from July 7th to 13th for the 36th session of the UN FAO Committee on Fisheries.
The Maldives Qualification Authority, MQA, initiates efforts to implement a rigorous system for monitoring students during online examinations. In a media briefing, Mariam Fizana Rashid, CEO of MQA, highlighted ongoing initiatives aimed at establishing an effective monitoring framework for online exams. She emphasized that this system will be fully operational within a 2-year time frame. Fizana explained that MQA will grant accreditation for online exams only after thoroughly assessing the examination processes of the educational institutions offering the courses. This assessment includes evaluating the institute's capabilities and resources to ensure the integrity and reliability of online examinations. Fizana also underscored concerns regarding the organization and conduct of online exams, noting that discussions are underway with relevant authorities to address these issues promptly. The establishment of a robust monitoring mechanism, she added, will play a crucial role in ensuring that online exams are conducted in a manner that upholds standards and fairness. Furthermore, in accordance with guidelines issued by MQA regarding online course delivery, online exams are prohibited in 7 specific fields. The Maldives Tourism Development Corporation, MTDC, decides to hold its annual general meeting, AGM, in July. The company has invited its shareholders to the meeting scheduled for July 21st at the Manhattan Business Hotel.
During the meeting, shareholders will approve the minutes of the 2022 AGM and the 2023 Extraordinary Meeting, the 2023's Directors' Report, and the audited financial statements. They will also appoint the company's external auditors for 2024 and set their remuneration. In addition, the Board of Directors will decide on proposals to be distributed to the shareholders. The meeting will also include the election of directors to the board for the next 2 years. MTDC announced that the meeting will be open to shareholders registered by July 17 with pre-registration deadline of July 19. Shareholders can also register directly at the meeting venue on July 21st from 7:30 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. MTDC stated that proxies can attend the meeting on behalf of shareholders only through the company's share portal and the Maldives Securities Depository MSD Infinity online system. The company said that no physical documents or emails will be accepted and shareholders must register to attend the meeting via the portal. MTDC was established in 2006 by the government to provide direct benefits to the residents of the Maldives. The company has been operating at a loss since 2010. However, the company is now recording profits with the efforts made to strengthen the company.
Managing Director of Malé Water and Sewerage Company, MWSC, Abdul Mateen Mohammed, announces that MWSC will be installing a 26,000-ton water storage system in Malé City. This initiative is part of the company's efforts to enhance water production and storage in the city. Speaking on PSMNEWS program, Mateen highlighted that water production and storage in Malé are currently being managed with outdated and repaired equipment. He emphasized the need for additional space to expand the water system and mentioned that special projects have been launched to increase the capacity of both water production and storage systems. The company aims to increase water production capacity by 10,000 tons within the next year, with work to expand water storage capacity to 26,000 tons set to begin next month. Mateen also underscored the importance of ensuring a reliable water supply from Hulu Malé to Malé in case of emergencies. He revealed that MWSC is working on establishing a water connection system between Hulu Male and Male, which will circulate 800 tons of water per hour. Currently, MWSC produces 20,000 tons of water to supply Male, providing 18,000 tons of water daily to the public. Maldives immigration apprehends 4 individuals attempting to enter the country using passports with counterfeit stamps. The incident took place at Velana International Airport, VIA, and those detained include a 22-year-old, a 25-year-old, a 28-year-old, and 31-year-old, all of them male. The nationalities of these individuals were not disclosed by immigration officials. Addressing the broader issue of the illegal immigration, particularly expatriates engaging in unauthorized business activities, has become a top priority for Maldives immigration. Collaborating closely with the Maldives Police Service, MPS, immigration has initiated special raid operations resulting in the detention of 93 illegal immigrants to date. The government's approach includes strategic measures to combat illegal immigration comprehensively. Plans are underway to expand these operations to cover all islands nationwide within the next year. Additionally, efforts are being made to centralize immigrant information into a single database, facilitating easy access for authorities. The government aims to completely resolve the issue of illegal immigrants within a 3-year time frame. European shares dropped for a 3rd straight session, dragged down by weakness in French stocks as political uncertainties lingered while investors analyzed Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's testimony. The continent-wide STOXX 600 index ended 0.9% lower, its biggest daily percentage decline in nearly a month. France's benchmark CAC 40 index underperformed the region's bourses with a 1.6% fall as investors assessed the political situation following Sunday's legislative election. Leaders from the left-wing bloc that came first in the election and the runner-up centrists have engaged in a race to be first to cobble together a viable government, lawmakers and other sources told Reuters. Russ Mould, investment director at AJ Bell, stated that the political situation is very dysfunctional, whereby the leading party also has very aggressive spending plans, even if it's not the party everybody was frightened was going to win. A 5.1% decline in the Dassault System was also a drag as the French software company cut its full-year earnings target, saying its customers were being cautious with spending and were delaying the signaling of contracts. The company dragged the technology sector 1.6% lower. European equities have gained around 7% this year so far as investors remain sanguine about more rate cuts by the European Central Bank, ECB, but weakness among French stocks kept gains on the benchmark index in check. Market participants also assessed Powell's remarks at his congregational testimony, where he said inflation had been improving in recent months and that more good data would strengthen the case for looser monetary policy. Money markets currently see a greater than 70% chance of a rate cut by the Fed in September. The main focus will now be on US and German consumer prices data on Thursday that will give direction to global monetary policy. Palestinian officials say an Israeli airstrike in southern Gaza Strip killed more than 24 people while advancing tanks in Gaza City forced residents to flee under fires. Israel stepped up an offensive that Hamas warned could jeopardize ceasefire talks. Palestinian medical officials said that the airstrike hit the tents of displaced families outside a school in a town east of Khan Yunis in southern Gaza, killing at least 29. Most of them were women and children. The Israeli military said it was reviewing reports that civilians were harmed. It said the incident occurred when it struck with precise munition a Hamas fighter who took part in the October 7th raid on Israel that precipitated the Israeli assault on Gaza. Ismail al-Tawabda, director of the Hamas-run Gaza government media office, said Israeli strikes on central Gaza areas killed 60 Palestinians and wounded dozens of others on Tuesday. Residents said Israeli tanks that pushed into the Tel al-Hawa, Shijaya, and Sabra neighborhoods of Gaza City shelled roads and buildings, forcing them to flee their homes. This was followed by Israeli military orders to evacuate several districts in eastern and western Gaza City, posted on social media, which included these neighborhoods. The Palestinian Red Crescent said early on Wednesday on social media that its crews received dozens of humanitarian distress calls from Gaza City but were unable to help them due to the intensity of the bombing there. On Gaza City's front lines, the armed wings of Hamas and its ally Islamic Jihad said their fighters battled Israeli forces with machine guns, mortar fire and anti-tank missiles and killed and wounded Israeli soldiers. Israel's military did not comment on casualties but said its soldiers were engaged in close-quarter combat with militants, had taken more than 150 fighters out of action in the last week and destroyed booby-trapped buildings and explosives. Spain struck twice in 5 minutes in a pulsating first half to secure a 2-1 comeback win over France as a record-breaking goal from Yamal and Dani Olmo effort propelled them into the Euro 2024 final. The 16-year-old Yamal cancelled out Randall Kolo Muani's opener with a sublime shot in the 21st minute to become the youngest scorer in a Euro or World Cup before Olmo added another in the 25th for his third goal in the knockout stage. The Spaniards, who have won every game of the tournament so far, confirmed their favourites tag with another display of attack in football, especially in the first half, that this is a far cry from the tiki-taka passing game that earned them world and European titles more than a decade ago. Yamal, who earned the title of Man of the Match, expressed his joy to make it into the finals, adding that now the most important thing is to win it. Spain will now face the winners of the next semi-final match in the final in Berlin on Sunday as they hunt a record-breaking 4th European crown. It was an anticlimactic end to France's tournament, although the 2022 World Cup finalists never lived up to expectations in Germany, with a very low conversion rate that carried out into the semi-final. France coach Didier Deschamps said that Spain proved tonight that they are a very good team, stating that they were fortunate to open the scoring, but they caused them problems because they were superior in terms of control. Spain had an early chance when Yamal, the youngest player to feature in a World Cup or Euro semi-final, floated across to the far post, but Fabien Ruiz headed over to the bar. France did better from an almost identical move in the 9th minute, with Kylian Mbappe playing without a mask after breaking his nose early in the tournament, crossing for Kolo Muani to head in their first goal from open play at Euro 2024. Space bosses hail Europe's return to space after the Ariane 6 rocket successfully carried out a series of trials in a debut flight, but the mission ended with the launcher coasting in orbit without releasing its final batch of payloads. Watched by Rafale fighter jet, Europe's newest uncrewed rocket blasted off from French Guiana, restoring the continent's independent access to space after delays, political setbacks and debates over funding. Although not a commercial mission, the flight deployed 3 sets of microsatellites for research purposes, prompting European space officials to declare the maiden trip a success. Philippe Baptiste, head of France's CNEC space agency, said via video link to the Paris headquarters of the European Space Agency, ESA, that Europe is back in space and employees and politicians cheered the liftoff. In a keenly awaited milestone, the Vinci engine powering the rocket's upper stage was restarted in a space for the first time. It is designed to restart repeatedly, allowing operator Arianespace to place payloads into several different orbits. However, third firing had to be abandoned after a smaller power unit shut itself down for unspecified reasons, meaning the final batch of payloads, 2 small capsules designed to test the conditions for surviving re-entry, remained stuck on board. The affected auxiliary power unit is a system crucial for the rocket's ability to put payloads in their intended orbit. Its failure, although late in the mission, is expected to spur an engineering investigation. ESA Director General Josef Aschbacher said the agency was nonetheless on track to stage a second flight by year-end. Ariane 6 was developed at an estimated cost of €4 billion by Ariane Group, co-owned by Airbus and Safran. Its first launch, originally due in 2020, has been repeatedly delayed. That's all the news we have for today. Thank you all for watching.
Podcast sponsors of PSM coverage. Brought to you by STO. Powered by Stelco. MHA. Banking partner, Bank of Maldives. Powered by Maldives Sports Limited. Associated by MTCC. House and Development Corporation. MWSC. Villa College. Digital partner, Dirago. Printing partner, Printworks. Interior partner, Proxy Home. Catering partner, Lesuk.
Licensed broadcaster, Public Service Media.